Hello everyone, this is Gear204 here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the M1A2 Abrams. The M1A2 Abrams is the main battle tank used by the United States Army. Weighing around 68 tons, it features advanced armor, firepower, and mobility. Its primary armament includes a 120mm smoothbore gun, capable of firing various types of ammunition. The tank itself is an improvement over the M1A1 with some very basic upgrades to enhance its capability in combat. The M1A2 also has many different add-on packages known as the SEPs, which add different armor packages and different loadouts and stuff like that for various different combat situations. This one here is just your standard M1A2, the one you're going to probably see the most of, and not all the other different upgrade packages. It's a really awesome tank, and obviously the M1 Abrams is one of the most well-recognizable tanks in the world, being one of the most advanced tanks and one of the most proven tanks in combat. So very happy to go ahead and get a tutorial out for you guys in this new 1.5:1 scale. But before we go ahead and get into this tutorial, I do want to mention a few things here. If you haven't already, please look in the video description. There's going to be a couple commands listed there. One will be for the Debug Stick, which we'll be using throughout this build here and there to basically do some block modifications. I will be offering alternatives to those that are on Bedrock and do not have access to the Debug Stick. We also will be using invisible item frames, again, more of a Java-only feature. Regular item frames can be used, just know that invisible item frames are going to definitely be the best block to use in those cases, and those commands again are going to be down in that video description. With that though, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer here, we will be going ahead and start with layer 1. As you can probably tell, I am using a resource pack which does change the looks of the blocks a little bit. The main block change here is going to be those birchwood trapdoors looking a little bit different, so really, other than that, there's not much changes in terms of the look of this build in default or whatever. So, should be pretty close. Shouldn't be anything too crazy different between the two. But to start with here, we're going to be placing down a deep slate upside down stair like this with two polished blackstone stairs back to back from each other. We're going to go ahead and then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 black concrete blocks back, and then another deep slate tile upside down stair here on the back. We'll then place down 3 birchwood trapdoors across, 3 smooth sandstone top slabs across, and on these trapdoors, on the ones to each side, we're going to place down an invisible item frame or normal item frame, and then a tripwire hook in the item frame and have it rotate to face downwards for the little hooks to attach, tow cables, whatever, to that they might need. Then up here on the front, we're going to go off this stair. We're going to place down 3 of these top slabs over, and again, we're going to do the same thing. Item frames here to both sides, tripwire hooks in those item frames like that for the front. We'll then fill in the space between these rows of 3 of smooth sandstone top slabs just to create the base of the hole here. So again, this is going to get filled in entirely here on the bottom. With that done, we're going to go ahead and place down another deep slate upside down stair here, and same thing over here on this side. And we're going to replicate the same thing we did for our tracks just over to this side, as well as our 2 polished blackstone stairs, so we have our basic tracks laid out. Now, we do need to go ahead and grab ourselves some normal item frames, so we will just go ahead and grab those from the creative menu here. And we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves some yellow stained glass and some birchwood buttons. We're going to place down item frames on the sides of these black concrete blocks with yellow stained glass in the item frames. If you're on Java, we can also go ahead and place down birchwood buttons on the side of the blocks as well for a little bit of extra added detail. Again, the item frames and buttons in the same block space is only going to be available to do on Java. If you're on Bedrock, I would recommend going ahead and using just the item frames in this scenario. So again, we're just going to take the same thing over here on this side, and that's going to set up those road wheels. Now for our 2 stairs back to back, we will be going ahead and using this banner design. Now I'm not going to show you guys how to make it in the loom because it's pretty self-explanatory, but basically all it is we're going to go ahead and take 2 yellow banners and 4 black die. Our first banner here, we're going to split in half with black on the left side of the banner going vertically, and then on the other banner, we're going to go ahead and do black going vertically on the right side. So you get those 2 banners, and then for both banners, we're just going to place a black horizontal line through the center, and you're going to create these 2 banner designs that look like this. So again, real simple stuff, and they'll just go on the side of these 2 polished blackstone stairs with the yellow facing toward each other like that to go ahead and create this forward road wheel that's a little spaced differently than the rest. Once you have that all done though, that is going to wrap up everything we have for layer 1. Here again is a top-down view of what that should look like if you do need that reference. And with that, we'll be moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to start with, we're going to place down a row of 5 of smooth sandstone full blocks across the front like this. We'll then place down a deep slate wall to both sides with dark oak wood signs around the sides of the wall. So like that, and also over here like that as well. In the space in between them, we're going to place down 3 upside down stairs like that, and then we're going to place down item frames on the stairs like so, as well as white beds in those item frames facing sideways like that to go ahead and create the front lights there for the tank. Once that's all done there, we're going to go and take our smooth sandstone, and we're just going to go and place down another row of 5 across. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 rows going across. So it should overall be a total of 8 if we count this first row we placed in the beginning. On the side of these rows, we're going to go and place down birchwood trapdoors and close them up like that. Again, mine are going to look a little bit different due to my resource pack, but there really is not too much of a difference between these blocks. Then after that is all done, we're going to take our smooth sandstone, again place down a row of 3 across, and then an upside down stair to both sides like that. We'll also place down a birchwood sign on the side of these stairs. After that, we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, a stripped birchwood log to both sides sideways, and then in that, or on that birchwood log, we're going to place down an item frame, and in that item frame we want to place down a cobweb like so, and then lastly just a birchwood button on the side of this block as well. So it is going to look just like that there for that rear sprocket wheel. Then we're going to place down a deep slate tile wall on the side of the blocks there. We'll place down 2 black concrete blocks across this space, and then a smooth sandstone full block here. And we'll also place down ladders across the back here for the back fence near the engine bay. And once we have that all done right there, that's going to wrap up everything we have here for this layer. So again, here is a top-down view of what that should look like. And with that, we'll be moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 3. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to place down a birchwood pressure plate on top of these 2 walls here. And we're going to place down 2 birchwood trapdoors that go back from those pressure plates. We're going to go then place down a row of upside down smooth sandstone stairs between the second birchwood trapdoors on the sides, and then another row of 3 of smooth sandstone going across like that. We'll also place down a sandstone wall that's going to be on both sides just like this of this row 3 of full blocks. We're going to place down a chain over here on the right side, so this right side stair, and then we want to go ahead and place down 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5 sandstone top slabs forward. We're going to go ahead and then place down a polished blackstone top slab. On the sides of the second slab here, we're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood sign to both sides like that for the gun barrel. Then continuing on, we're going to place down a row 3 of smooth sandstone, a second row, and then a third row. On the sides of these 3 rows, we're going to place down 3 upside down stairs to both sides, and we're going to go ahead and then place down birchwood signs on the sides there of these stairs. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. So it will look just like that. Once we have that done, we're going to place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, a birchwood fence gate to both sides like that, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone upside down stair, a smooth sandstone upside down corner stair to both sides of that stair like that, and then a daylight detector to the sides of those stairs. Your fence gates here may open up. If they do, just go ahead and make sure you close those back up like that. We then want to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone full blocks here, and then a sandstone slab to both sides. We are also going to go and place down a row of 3 of birchwood slabs that go across this space, and then another sandstone slab to both ends. And down the very back here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull on top of those walls, and then a row of 3 of daylight detectors across between those skeleton skulls like that to go ahead and finish it off there for the back. After that is all done right there, that is going to wrap up everything we have there for this layer. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything and everything appears to be good to go. So that right there is going to conclude everything we have for layer number 3. Here again is a top-down view of what that looks like. And with that, we'll be moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to start with, we're going to place down a polished blackstone button on top of this block up here in the front. And then we want to place down a birchwood trapdoor on top of this top slab here with the signs on both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down 3 daylight detectors across this space here, as well as 3 smooth sandstone slabs. Then we're going to go ahead and continue on back. Now this section here is going to kind of come a little bit depending on the version. This is going to be one of the major differences between Java and other versions. If you are not on Java, I'd probably recommend anywhere that we're going to be using these sticky pistons to go ahead and use the smooth sandstone slabs instead. That would be my recommendation for this section, but again, it's kind of up to you guys on what you want to do, because we will be using the debug stick here to modify these pistons, so things are going to look a little bit different. So just keep that in mind. Definitely Java here has the advantage with the pistons, but behind this middle slab here, we are going to go ahead and place down a sticky piston. In my resource pack, you can also use normal pistons, whatever you prefer. Then we're going to go and place down a smoker that's going to be to the tank's right side. So just like that. And then we want to place down a stripped birchwood log over here to what would be the tank's left side. Then to the sides of these, we're going to go and place down some polished blackstone stairs, which will look like this to represent our smoke grenade dispensers. And just forward of these, we're going to go and place down flower pots on top of those walls. Now, once we have that all done, we're going to go and grab our pistons. We're going to place down another piston here in the center, a smooth sandstone stair right here to this side, a smooth sandstone stair on this side, just facing the opposite direction, and then again a piston or a smooth sandstone slab to both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down one more piston that goes back on both sides, a smooth sandstone full block here, a stair here in the middle, and then we're going to place down our stripped birchwood log like this for the hatch right there. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a line of 2 of our pistons. We'll follow this up with another smooth sandstone stair here, and to the sides we're going to place down some sandstone walls. We're going to place down one more sandstone wall that goes back, and then just a row 3 of our pistons that go across like this, like that, filling that space in. Now on the back here, we're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood fence gate here, which we're going to open up toward the rear of the tank, and then one more fence gate. This one's going to be opened up toward the front. On the side of this fence gate, we're going to place down a skeleton skull like this. In this middle space, we're going to place down a sandstone wall. And then we want to go ahead and place down a second sandstone wall over. Coming off these 2 walls, we're going to place down 2 yellow stained glass panes. And we then want to place down 2 item frames. And in those item frames, we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone block to the left side, and then a black bed to the right side there. So you get something that looks like this. Then once we have that all done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a skeleton skull to this side of this wall here. And we're also going to go ahead and place down ladders, and if you have the pistons, we're going to place down ladders on the sides of these pistons. Now, what we're going to do next here is, for my Java players, is we're going to go and take our debug stick, and we're going to go ahead and change the shape of these polished blackstone stairs to where they have like the corner stair, and they look like this. So we're going to do that. We also want to go ahead and change the properties here of the walls so that they will flow back and connect up to the structure there. So we're just going to go ahead and basically extend the walls toward this stair right there, and that's going to look nice there. And we'll also go to this fence gate. We're going to go ahead and set it in wall to false so it's level with this one. And we also want to go ahead and extend our glass panes out to the sides like this. So just basically creating that full space there across the back, or creating like a full block of space it takes up. We're going to leave the pistons alone for right now. We'll be modifying those a little bit later in the next layers. But that right there is going to complete everything for layer 4. Again, here's a top-down view of what that should look like. And with that, we'll be moving on to our next layer, layers 5 through 7, I believe. Moving on to our next layers, we have layers 5 through 7. These here are going to be the final layers of the build. For these to start with, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence gate that's going to go on top of this block here, which will then be followed with a lightning rod that's going to go like this, and then we want to place down a chain that comes off it like so. On the back of the fence gate, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull, and again, for my Java players, we'll take our debug stick here, right-click that fence gate so it sits a little bit more flat and even. On the right side here, we're going to place down an item frame, and then a black bed in the item frame. On the other side, we're going to place down a zombie head like this, and that is going to create our 50 cal mounted machine gun. Now for our smaller machine gun here, probably our 7.62, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of this block. We're going to go and then place down a chain that goes forward from it. And again, for my Java players, on the back here of the skull, we're going to go and place down a tripwire hook and use our debug stick here to rotate around to connect up to that skull like that to go and create that machine gun. Once that's done there, we're going to place down a item frame on top of this block here, and then a smooth sandstone block in the item frame. We're also going to place down a daylight detector on top of this block like that to go ahead and create the commander's cupola. On the very back, we're going to place down a lightning rod on top of this wall right here. You may have to reset this fence gates properties with the debug stick if it does move for you. And we're also going to place down a birchwood trapdoor on top of this wall right here on the back as well. We'll then take our iron bars. We're going to go ahead and go up 3 iron bars from these skeleton skulls to go ahead and create our radio antenna. And once we have that all done, the very last step is to take our debug stick for my Java players and just go ahead and right click all of these pistons to go ahead and get rid of that wood portion like so and create the top of the tank. After that's all done, that is going to wrap up my tutorial here for the M1A2 Abrams. Hope you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be a link from a sign on the build, link to my channel, or this video if this does appear on your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for a project you guys are working on. Other than that, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.